So the battle at the border continues. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is still moving forward with his migrant busing program known as Operation Lone Star. More than 500 migrant buses to sanctuary cities across, they've moved more than 500 buses to sanctuary cities across the country through the program. Now, according to the governor's office, Texas has bused the most migrants cross country, sending more than 10,000 migrants to Washington, D.C. since April 2022. My next guests have been following the situation closely. Executive Director of FIEL of Houston, Cesar Espinosa, and activist Tony Diaz. Glad to have you here both on the Factor Uncensored. It almost seems to be a boasting point for the governor to say, here's how many migrants I've sent to sanctuary cities. And for some say it feels like a game. Like, okay, are you outdoing Florida? Are you outdoing other states? But these are people you're talking about.
I mean, Isaiah, where to start? Number one is much of this program is based on lies. He's saying that people are getting put on buses. It would be illegal to force people to go on these buses. The people who are already here already came in through permission from USCIS or from ICE or from CBP, as federal law states it. He's using our money to bus people for his own political gain. And at the end of the day, I mean, this is nothing but more political theater from Governor Abbott, who's just trying to score points with his base and trying to make himself feel and seem like he's stronger than what he really is. This has been a bad week for him. He lost the Supreme Court judgment, and you know, some of his closest allies, including Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, as well as Attorney General Ken Paxton, are in some deep water because of a lot of things that they've done. So he's doing everything he can to try to deflect the attention from that, and by unfortunately using immigrants to cover himself up.
And Cesar brings up an excellent point, Tony. For those who think, okay, these are individuals who came into the country legally and the governor immediately put them on a bus and sent them somewhere. That's not the case.
No, and I'll say one thing about the immigration system. There's this myth that people can get in line. There's no line. The immigration system is broken. It's basically a backlog. You need 2 lawyers. If you're an immigrant, you probably need 2 lawyers. One for criminal issues, if you happen to get a DUI or pulled over unfairly, and one for immigration issues, is how complicated it is. But at the end of the day, none of this helps Texas families. It pits working class families against working class families.
But really quick, tell us, who are the individuals? What process have they gone through before they're put on these buses?
So some of them are coming here fleeing persecution in their countries. And I tell you what.
But I mean, are they getting in legally at this point? And then they're saying, okay, now where do you want to go?
Yeah, no, these are working class families. These are not cartel members. Cartel members are flying in. They're coming in submarines. They're living in luxury. These are working class families. And if people want to know who they are, they can talk to their neighbors. They're the folks that get hired as nannies to take care of grandmothers. And guess what? The number of people basically, Abbott, he's become his own coyote. He's his own smuggler. Those number of people will not affect the business industry, right? You still hear the hammers flailing away. That means there's still enough workers. He's not going to make the same mistake DeSantis did, where his laws in Florida have hurt the number of workers there. You've got right-wing Republicans now going to meet immigrants and saying, stay, this doesn't mean you. So this is all a big farce. These are the same working class families that will work with Texas working class families, and they both need each other.
And has the governor here prevented going as far as DeSantis, like Tony says? And if we do that here, will we look like Florida, where individuals are taking days off saying, look, this is what it will look like without us being here working?
I mean, he has stopped short of that, but he is still continuing to do so much more, since we are a border state, and he's using that dynamic to put forward more money, to put forward more resources in order to help quell or help move along the immigration issue. But at the end of the day, he's not really doing much. I mean, people are still coming. People are allowed to come. International and you know, different types of laws allow people to come in to seek asylum or to seek refuge, and then they can go on about the process. I invite the governor to go look at the last post that we made on the difference between a migrant, an immigrant, a refugee, and an asylum seeker, and all the nuances that takes and how difficult it is for folks to get on that, so that way he can stop spending our taxpayer money on his political agenda.
They're not illegal till the court says so.